Hello, I am happy to introduce to you Everett guitar number 825. It's number 4 of my final 4, and we call it Winter. The final 4 have been named after the seasons, spring, summer, fall, winter, and this one's winter. So I think, like the other videos, the best thing, the closest chance I have of being able to cover all the information is just start at the top and go to the bottom. So here we go. It has my flared peg head with the mother of pearl logo. It has these cool tuner buttons. They're made by Cheris Guitars. He does these beautiful little tuner buttons, a variety of woods. But what I like, especially for this guitar, is the koa wood, flame koa wood center with the ebony on the outside. And it works well with the koa wood on the back of the peg head with the Goto 510 tuner. So I just think it looks beautiful. He does a really good job with this. You'll notice the blue finish. We're coming back to all that, but I want to stick with going top to bottom. It has a 3-piece cherry neck with maple strips down the middle. Check out those little white lines. The masking, getting all that white lines in this thing was really a workout. So I'm just really happy with this. The flame koa binding. It's the same flame koa wood that I've used on the other 3 of the final 4. It's that wood I got from the dealer in Hawaii many years ago. It's the virgin growth koa, darker and a little tighter flames than that. So it's just really pretty. And I think it works great with the blue. Sound port has actually 2 sound ports, and I'll go through that in a moment. But let's go through the materials first. Flame cherry. It's just beautiful flame cherry. To me, it looks like the guitar's diving in water, and it's probably is accentuated by the blue color some, but it's flame cherry. The flame koa, like I had mentioned, has my mini arm bevel, also veneered in koa on the end pin strip, ebony end button with mother of pearl gold ring around the dot, ebony bridge pins with abalone dots, gold rings around the abalone dots, Brazilian rosewood bridge. Now with the bridge, you'll notice it's carved. There are 3 steps here and 1 step here. And people always wishfully thinking ask me if it's laminated. But it's not well laminated. It's carved from a solid block of wood. It's not easy to do. But when it's done, what I do is veneer the steps to get for the aesthetic of it. So it's koa wood, flame cherry that's been dyed blue. I don't know if that shows up in that light or not, but dyed blue, and then the koa again. It's the same motif with the step away. On these small body guitars, I like not to do a cutaway, but I do what I call a step away, which is put a little step here, and it helps access above the 14th fret without cutting into the small body cavity. So you're not making the speaker box smaller, but you're still able to access the upper register a little easier with it. But it's the same thing. It's the flame koa, the cherry that's been dyed blue, and flame koa again. And the same on the end of the fingerboard. Koa and the dyed blue cherry. Koa rosette, mother of pearl in the middle, has a little step down that's also koa wood, and that's bound in ebony as well. The sound port. Now you're going to notice it's a deep sound port. There's a lot of wood in here. My thought with that is it serves as a Helmholtz flute if you remember your high school physics. But the idea with the Helmholtz flute, if you put a lip on a hole that air is passing through, the air velocity increases. So the idea is you get more presence from the inside of the box with a lip on it. Again, I made this guitar for me. I think most people wouldn't like that deep pocket, but I like it, and I think it serves as a tournevis. If you want to speak in the guitar world, if you're a guitar builder, you probably know of that. It's a 19th century thing they did like this on the sound hole in the classical guitars. But anyway, I digress. But many of you know that I got hit with an inner ear problem. It's an inner ear disease, actually. And one of the perks of the inner ear deal is I'm very sensitive to certain sounds. So since I made this for myself, it's going to be plugged off. I imagine 80% of the time. It's a pressure fit. So it's not meant to come in and out a lot. This port door has a felt on it, and you push it. That just dropped in, but it'll slide in tight. And then to take it out, you reach into the sound hole and pop it out. But that's just for me. I imagine in the future when I'm you know, underground or dust in the ocean or whatever, so, you know, whoever the owner of the guitar in the future will probably, you know, enjoy having the port door off of there. So, but the second sound port is in here because I like the way the sound of a looseness of a sound port on a small body guitar that tends to be very tight. And I knew I was going to be plugging this off, or at least I assume I will be plugging this off most of the time. I wanted to still have the second sound hole to release the vacuum in the box. So what I did was I hid a little sound port in the step away. If you look here, see my finger going in, that's hollow, and you can see in through there that is actually itself a sound port. So a really interesting thing happened that I wasn't expecting. Between that sound hole, and that sound hole, there's a triangulation that's happening with the air movement in the box. I haven't figured it out. I'm not gonna figure it out, but it was a surprise. And when I play this guitar, it sounds like a much larger guitar. It sounds like a grand concert shaped guitar, and it's not. This thing is 12.5 inches across the lower bout. It's 23-inch scale fingerboard. It has a 1 7/8 at the nut because of my big hands. So it's really a small guitar, but it doesn't sound like a small guitar. So I couldn't believe it. I'm thrilled with it. So 45 dots on the fingerboard. Each dot represents a year of building guitars. This is my 45th year building guitars. You'll notice some of the dots are bigger and shinier than the other ones. Some of the years are better than the other years. But the dots are turquoise, abalone, powell shell, silver, and there's a little gold in there, and mother of pearl, of course, so those dots. And many of the dots have names of people that have been important to me, and not all guitar builders or guitar players, just different people along the way that have been key players in my career. One of the keyest is my biggest cheerleader for 30 years, which is Jeannie, and that's what, let's see if I'm pointing at it. Yeah, there it is. My index finger is pointing at her dot. Her dot is powell shell with a little gold ring around it. So that's Jeannie's dot. I don't think I told you about the top. So people have been asking about the top. You know, is it mahogany or is it a redwood or what is it? But what it is it's cedar. And I like cedar for a small body guitar, especially like this piece of cedar. I've had it for a long time. And when you tap on it, it has kind of a Sitka sound to it. It has a real pink and a ring to it. So in my mind, I'm getting the best of both. I'm getting the warm edge of the cedar, but I'm getting the clarity of the Sitka. And especially on a small body guitar, I really like the warmth. It needs it because small body guitars can be very choked and very tinny sounding. So this was surprisingly balanced. Like I said before, I was stunned at the sound that's coming out of this guitar. I'm going to play some sound samples and tag them onto the end of this video. So just hang in with me and you'll be able to hear it soon. So, what am I forgetting? It's a pretty thing, isn't it? Oh, I know. A couple of things. This always happens. I'll tell people, what do you think this is? And you can hardly see it in this light, but there it is. And they go, I don't know. So it's, see, it's a pick holder. When I show people that, they always smile and laugh and think that's funny, and that makes it worthwhile. Is it really usable getting to it? Not really, but it's one of the things that people go, oh, isn't that cool? So it's just a cute thing. The label, just like the other labels, this is a watercolor that Jeannie painted. It's on a piece of watercolor paper cut to the size of the label, and it's the view from our front porch in the winter time. Just like the other labels all had the same thing, the spring, summer, fall, winter. This is the winter view from our front porch. So this is it. I guess this is all I've got to say about this guitar, other than I love it, and I really appreciate you showing some interest in my work and watching this little video on the guitar. So that's it. Everett guitar number 825, number 4 of the final 4. So, for the sound sample for Everett 825, I thought I'd just strum some chords so you can hear how this cool little guitar sounds. It's a delight to play. Of course, if you follow me on Facebook and YouTube, you're going to be hearing lots of sound samples because this is my guitar. So, but here we go. So that's it. Thank you for the interest in my instruments, and thank you for the interest in this guitar in particular, and for watching the video. This is number 4 of my final 4, so this is it for me. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.